Welcome back to Rebuild Rescue. Today we're going to be getting these windows back in the 401 Phoenix. Let's get at it. If someone would have told me 2 years ago that I'd be restoring an airplane, I would have said they were crazy. In the last episode of the 401 Phoenix, you guys saw Joe and I polishing out all the windows. I can't wait to see the Phoenix with more parts reinstalled. It's just one step closer to getting this old bird back up in the sky once again. Can't wait to see these things in. We got a brand new screw kit. We got all the glues, all the adhesives per the Cessna 401 manual. We printed out all these pages so we can follow along with, well, the instructions aren't really good, but we can at least follow along with them. And we can get these windows installed the correct way. And also, guys, I wanted to thank all of you guys that stopped by and talked to us at the different booths we were at Sun and Fun. Joe, Sam, and I, we had an awesome time, and it was great to connect with you guys. If you guys haven't had a chance to come out and see us, make sure you guys come out to Oshkosh. We will be there, so get it on your calendars now. We're going to be in a few booths. We're going to be there all week. I can't wait to see you guys. Now, let's get at it. So before we get the side windows installed, we're going to have to get on all of these little retaining pieces that keep that window in. If you guys look, not surprisingly, we found some corrosion. So we're going to get these all cleaned up. We're going to get this chafing tape off of here. I think we're going to throw them in the Vapor Home machine. We're going to clean them up, get some of this glue off of here, and just make sure that we have good retainers, because we got all new stuff, because the glass is looking really good. We got all new screws. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get all of these all rebuilt, all looking like new. We also got to get over here. Joe pulled some of the screws and some of the rivets out of these retaining rings, but we have to get all of them completely de-riveted. We have to get this chafing tape off there, put new chafing tape on, and I believe we're going to go ahead and prime all this stuff too, just so next time, if any type of moisture gets in there, we're not going to see this corrosion right here. So look, guys, if you haven't gotten any Rebuild Rescue coffee yet, you got to do it. You got to get some. It's guaranteed to be the best coffee that you've ever had, or your money back. I mean, this stuff is so good. All right, so we got all the retainers for the windows all cleaned up. We have all the corrosion off of them. So these are ready to go. Most all the glue, there's a couple little spots, but they're gonna be good. So we're gonna get these painted now. We'll let them dry, we'll flip them over, paint that side, and then they're ready to install. So Joe's over here getting some last minute touch-ups done on this glass. Unfortunately, when you work on this glass, what happens is you'll get a little bit of almost like a dieback. It gets a little hazy. So we let them sit for a few days, and there's a little bit more buffing to do to these things to get them perfect. I can tell you we have hours and hours of buffing in this glass, but I can also tell you that they're going to look amazing. So when you guys get to come out and look at the 401 when it's all done, you got to take a look at the glass and, judge it for yourselves. But it was really good for us to save a few $1,000s. That's a couple more flights that we can do to help people out, and they're going to look great, and they're going to last a really long time. I mean, the plastic, it just looks good. We did get all of the window retainers. These are all done. I know we went a little extra mile on these, and folks probably wouldn't normally do this, but we wanted to blast all of the corrosion off of them that we found, all the glue, we scraped them up, we got them primed, they're all zinc chromated, they're ready to go. So we got to put chafing tape on the inside here. What that does is it keeps this metal from digging into plastic and creating a hard line or a hard etch in it that would then create a crack in it. So we'll get all those outlined. We have to line all of these the same way. And then we're going to start to get these installed. And I think we're going to actually start with the escape door because we can do it right here on the bench. And you guys can see which way we're going to go about doing it and see what it looks like when we're done.
So we got a little cleaning yet to do here, a little bit around the edges and what have you, a little bit of glue. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this cleaned up and ready to drop the window in.
All right. So we got, yeah, some lettering was backwards there, but I guess you want to see it from the inside, not the outside. Sure. So, all right, so we got this all set in there. So it's all set. All the holes are correct. So now we can add all the rest of the screws and we can tighten them down and get this thing installed in the airplane. All right, so we got the window all in there. Everything is tightened down. And it looks like I put the window in upside down. So if you look at the lettering here, but that's okay, it's just lettering, it's the same shape and all that, so we're gonna have to relabel it later. Unless we're on our roof and we have to merge the exit, then you can read it really well. So maybe we'll just put an extra lettering here the right way up. That reminds me. It's just like a Jeep thing. All right. Yeah, so she fits good. It looks good. I think screwing them in's the ticket. I mean, it made it so much easier. And yeah, if we got to get one of those windows out, you know, we can easily do it. Hopefully I got all this sealant right. I don't know how much is going to pinch out from in between there, but we're really just trying to do the best job that we can with this so it looks as good as possible. We only get one chance to stick this. Actually, let's do it a little different way. Go ahead and pull that.
I'm lined up with the holes up top.
Yeah, here, let's do this a different way. Let me get a ladder. Let me see this glass here. There we go. Got it?
Yep.
Holes lined up. I think what we're gonna have to do is we'll put it in loosely in like 4 corners, and then we're gonna have to shift the glass around so it's centered. All right, we're gonna do one on the bottom. We'll do one up top. Got it?
Yep.
We'll just pull it down just a little bit. I don't want to go real tight. Good. 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 So it looks pretty good. You guys can actually see how some of this sealant is kind of coming out the edges, which we knew it was going to. So what we'll end up doing is we'll end up trimming some of that sealant out of the side because there's another sealant that after it's painted we get on in there that goes in between here and the glass, and it'll stick over here probably 3/8 of an inch, and it'll completely seal all this up. $999 screws in the side, 999 screws. Good. I'm just going to go like, oh, we can get a little heavier. Yeah, so we got all these all tightened up. I didn't tighten them. It might have sounded like I was really tightening them down, but I wasn't. We have this set at like a real loose setting, so I'm gonna let this all set up. I'm gonna let the sealant set in, and then I'm gonna come back by hand and I'm gonna check the tightness by hand. In the maintenance manual, one of the things it says is run them in snugly and then turn, I think it's a 1/4 or 1 turn back. So we're gonna check them, again by hand. Make sure they're perfect. We'll look for some of this sealant that's going to squeeze out. Anything that squeezes out, we're going to take that out carefully. And then after it's painted, we'll get in here with a secondary sealant, and these windows will be perfectly sealed up. And then also too, once we paint it, all of these screws will get painted over. It'll blend the edges in. It'll seal the screws as well, as long as you're not tightening or loosening them. But we shouldn't have to do that unless we want to replace a window.
One window down.
One window down. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to go. Right, can you do both, Joe?
Not going to be able to do that for long.
No. So the guys and I thought we'd change it up a little bit today, and we're heading to Harry's for lunch. Yeah, so today we got Joe with the win with the most unhealthy thing you can order on the menu. Right there.
I found my inner Harrison today.
What do you got today, Harry?
Buffalo chicken burger.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Or buffalo
Thank
burger.
you. Oh, are you copying
I
me?
copied you, but look, I get one potato chip.
You got a potato chip? Hey, I didn't get a potato chip.
Yeah, special.
This looks like a really good sandwich, though. What do you got?
I got a gyro.
Oh, wait, a gyro?
Oh, wait, that's not the way to
It's
say
a
it.
hero.
It's a gyro.
Get it right, son.
All right, we got window 1 down. Here's window 2. We got the tape on. Hopefully this one goes as smooth as the last one. So guys, I want to introduce you to Jason.
Jason Bourne 2.0. The more handsome version.
The more handsome version.
Keep your wives and girlfriends away from the phone. Don't let them see this handsome version of Jason.
So what do we got going on here? I
I
see
think I
tape.
saw in a window.
I see tape and screws. This looks like a little different way than we did it yesterday.
A little bit.
I think he's sizing it up. I don't know.
What are you trying to do?
Hands free.
So on Rebuild Rescue today,
We give the cameramen the hard job of putting in the windows.
well, you don't want me editing, so. This actually doesn't, it looks pretty good. It did what I thought it would do if you look to seal it
These sunk in real nice.
Yeah, they sunk in really nice. Once we get some paint on there, those will be like completely like conformed right to the side of the airplane. I was a little worried about that because of the differences in the rivets here, but it's the same size as the screw, so they countersink the same amount. We'll tighten them down a little bit more. We wanted to let this sealant kind of push out of here to make sure that this whole window is sealing the right way. Super, super excited about that. Got it? That's going to be interesting getting that through there with the tape on it. All right, so we got the anti-chafing tape on here. Now all we have to do is get this tape on here and get it in there without messing this tape up. I mean, that's one way that you can start leaks. As you're fishing that glass through there, it has to get on there like perfectly, and you can't tear any of this away or you're gonna create a spot where water can get through. It gets pretty tricky. All right, Joe did an awesome job of taping up this window, and man, it actually almost looks like brand new.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it feels good to be getting all new stuff on here to make sure this is going to be all sealed up correctly. Really looking forward to getting this part done. Let's see if we can slide this in here without messing anything up.
I'll only be able to hold that until we get so far. All right, I got the glass. All right, I think I'm in, so I'm gonna push it out.
Hey, wait a second. Let's make sure we're all lined up here.
It's tight up against the back, it's tight against the top, and it's tight against the bottom, so not really much you can change at this point.
So it is all the way back?
Yep.
Dang, did we just get this in?
Did that really just happen?
Yeah.
Come on, there's got to be a problem here somewhere.
Nope.
That was way too easy.
Oh, no, that's the easy part. Now we get to put the 80 screws
12,000 screws. So if you guys could actually see like how this is put together, we just couldn't believe how this whole assembly is put together, and really how the window and the windshield becomes an integral strength of this roof. I can tell you now, I wouldn't want to flip a 401 on its top. If it ever happens, I'm definitely ducking, because there's like really not much that holds this thing together. It's all plexiglass and like a little bit of sheet metal.
Ducking's not going to help you.
Ducking won't help. All right, I'm laying on the floor then. Maybe we'll put a roll bar in it. We'll have to reach out to Cletus's guy that does the roll bars for the
Do an aluminum roll bar.
for the cars.
Now remember, it took me a day to take both of these out.
Yeah, but you had like a couple naps that day, didn't you? No comment.
No.
Oh, there's a window there.
I didn't feel anything. Corey, did you feel anything?
I didn't feel anything.
Okay.
I don't think the window felt anything either.
Wait, if you listen really quietly, you could hear the window laughing.
While Joe and Greg are over at the hangar taking care of the left side of the windows on the 401, I had to stop over at one of my old houses because it was time to sell it. Because the renter that I had here Finally got a chance to move out, and you know, it's time to sell this house. It's like it's a little bit of a bittersweet day for me. Yeah, it's used, you know, families and kids, but yeah, this was all brand new a couple years ago, and I put a ton of my blood, sweat, and tears into redoing the house like 100%. And I had to come back today to get some stuff cleaned up, to look over the house. And it looks like I'm gonna have to refinish the floors. Actually probably paint all the walls, put some new fixtures up. I have some friends in the real estate market that are gonna help me out with this. But this is my old house. This is the first house that I owned. That was the only house I owned by myself. At one point in my life, about 15 years ago, I bought it. And I redid everything. These wooden and tile floors, it's all hand laid. A friend of mine helped me with that. A lot of memories here. A lot of memories with my kids, with my now fiance's kids, and friends, you know, right back here in this pool. And yeah, it's definitely a chapter. So we got a lot of cleaning up to do here. So it's awesome having a good team, knowing that Joe and Greg and the guys over at the shop are working on the 401. It gives me a chance to get over here and take care of this, because it's something in my life that I need to get done. So we're gonna get this all cleaned up. This house is gonna go on the market, and someone else is gonna get to build some memories here. But now I gotta go change some locks, and I got some cleaning to do. And I gotta check in with the guys over at the hangar and see how the 401's doing.
All right, so we got the right side all kind of buttoned up. Waiting on screws. We didn't have the right screws to put the windshield in, so while we wait, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on getting all these left side windows started and put in, and we'll see how things go.
All right, so we got all the windows on the right and left side of the Phoenix installed. The job went really smooth. Joe and Greg and the crew did such a good job. These are all sealed up. We have a little bit of work to do before we paint it. We'll get some of this stuff out of here, but they look really good. We're really excited about this. So next episode, you're gonna see us dry splicing the interior. We're gonna pull the whole heating system out. We're gonna replace all that, clean up everything on the floor. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of Rebuild Rescue. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe. Hit that like button, turn on notifications. We'll see you next time.